Check, check, check. Hello, this is your teacher speaking, Mr. Fischel. Today we're going to be learning about Learning Target 1 from Unit 1. I can name, sketch, and define basic geometry terms. Point, line, line segment, ray, angle, vertex, circle, perpendicular lines, and parallel lines. This is the foundation of geometry. You have to know the words to be able to do the work. So let's start off with a point. Point could be a dot just like this. Let's call this point A. It doesn't really take up any space, although it looks like it does on the paper. All right, if we have another point, point B, these are what are called undefined terms. Now, if I draw a line through these points, and notice that a line continues on forever in both directions. Line is also another undefined term. So this is called line AB. It can be written or represented as AB with a line over like this, or you could also call it BA with a line over it. Either way is okay. All right. Now if we take part of that line, we take from A to B, going this direction. Let's say it starts at A and it keeps going through B and never stops. This is called a ray. Okay, so this was a line up here. This is a ray. And this is represented as ray AB. This has to be labeled this way because it's starting at A, going through B. And this is the way it goes on forever. It doesn't go on forever at A, because A is an endpoint. I could also do that a different way. Make another ray. Still have A and B, but in this case I could start with B and go in this direction. So now I would label it as ray BA. I always make my arrow go to the right. It's got to be over top of the letters like that. All right. So now we have a point, a line, a ray. Our next term is going to be a line segment, or just a segment. So we use an A and B again. This is a line segment. Or some people just say segment, which is fine. And segment AB would look like this with no arrows, because you could see A and B are both endpoints, or BA, just like that. All right. Now we're going to go over into types of lines here. And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to use two ends of this ruler right here. I'm going to make this line AB like I've been doing, and I'm going to make this line CD. Now if you notice that these two lines go in the same direction and they do not intersect, okay, that means that they're going to be parallel lines. And parallel lines can be marked with arrows. So if these both have one arrow, that means that these two lines are parallel. They could both have two arrows or three arrows. They have the same number of arrows. They're marked as parallel. Remember, parallel lines go on forever in a plane and they never intersect. So I could write that like this. AB is parallel to CD. These two lines right here mean parallel to. So lines can be parallel, and lines can also intersect. Now there's a special type of intersection, and I'm just going to freehand this a little bit on the side. So it might not be perfect, but it'll look like it is. Let's say this is EF, and this is line GH. Now, these two lines right here are intersecting at a 90-degree angle, which is also made with a box like this. This is 90 degrees. If two lines intersect at a 90-degree angle, they're called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. And they're written like this, EF, and perpendicular to is an upside down T, GH. Right? So those are perpendicular lines right there. All right, next I'm going to move on. We've got parallel lines, perpendicular lines. We had line, segment, ray, line, and point. Now we're going on to angle. I'm going to switch sheets for this. An angle is an intersection of two rays, like this. So I'm going to put this as L, M, and N. Notice that. This is a ray, this is a ray. The middle letter, or the middle part of the angle, is called the vertex. Vertex. Okay? So I can label this angle. I could call it angle LMN, or angle NML. Make sure the middle letter has to be the vertex. So the middle letter has to be the vertex. And this little mark right here stands for angle. Okay? So we have angle. Now sometimes angles are referred to with one letter. So I could also call this angle M. But never with two letters. Either three letters or one letter. But the vertex is the most important letter right there. Finally, last but not least, is a circle with a center. So in order to make a circle is a set of all points in a plane equidistant from the center. What does that mean? That just means that all the points on a circle are the same distance away from that center. So if I want to make a circle, I could this is called a compass. You'll get to use this later. It's pretty close. Let's say this is circle X, center X. So this is circle with center X. Right? So all the points on circle X are the same distance from the center of X, which is the center of the circle. All right, so we've just gone over point, line, ray, line segment, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, angle with vertex, and circle. And that is the rest of your learning target. Have a great and wonderful day. Hopefully do well and answer these questions that follow. Thanks.